It's going to be so good, and I definitely look forward to it here. And some really good maps. I think the panels were right about that as well. Just the fact that all these 3 maps could be very, very close. Duncan giving dust2 to NAVI. And we've already live. I think we missed a couple of kills there. Vasilyev with a good headshot. He's still defending here, looking for some sort of opening. Trying to see if he can get another shot in. Device has gone down to Edward. Sivnix, can he actually hit this shot? He ends up dropping. It's a double kill for Edward. And dupreeh coming up from behind. He takes 1. There's still 2 to go. The bomb is about to go on. He's very exposed. If they both peek him now, he doesn't stand a chance. He's going to have to hope for mistiming on the Navi side. They're fighting him just a little bit disjointedly. He goes back for a bit more. He spots one guy here, Goose, but this is a big problem. He's out of the open and flamie to shut him down. NAVI pick up the pistol.
What a start for NAVI, and yeah, just hold on. karrigan's hitting push to talk in game. I'm wondering if we can actually hear him. You know, that would be some sick insight, Anders. You know, you happen to speak Danish.
I could try and
sort of speak Danish.
On the fly translation. I could teach you some if you're interested, you know, just to mess everything up.
All right, so yeah, the start for NAVI that they were looking for, obviously. Picking up the pistol was so close for dupreeh. I thought for a moment there he'd be able to hit the headshot because NAVI did make some mistakes on the peak, giving him the 1v1 duel, which is what he was looking for. But it didn't really come through for the Danes, and now they're going to have to battle back here in this force buy. They go for the pistols, they go for the Kevlar, and well, so far, so good. I mean, they at least pick up 1 kill. NAVI are just going for the brute force method. They're just trying to run out here on the long and take the fight straight up.
Well, I mean, that fight in pit went on for a long time, so you'd think maybe there could have been something, you know, sort of built on that. But NAVI just taking it slowly, and Device in that pit not really able to connect the shots quite. So pretty decent second half as well, I would say. This is a bit of a replay of Edward in the pistol round, coming up with some really good kills here.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a replay there of what we just barely caught. But it's out onto long once again. 3 players going there for question mark, hoping to be able to catch somebody out here on NAVI's side. But NAVI, they have 2 AKs. They put them both into house, so it would have turned into a slaughter if question mark decided to actually try and push forward through the flashes. Still, this is looking like, you know, NAVI, they aren't going to be too subtle here. Straight up, catwalk. They're clearing it out, and then they can just go in with the scout, go in with the AKs, and beat up on question mark. No problem here.
And even better, they found the one route where nobody was holding. Yeah, 3 people long, so maybe if there could have been another fight there, it would have been interesting. But catwalking into a bomb site, that was the perfect route here. Edward shooting dupreeh in the back, and so far they haven't even lost anybody. So right now the home team here doing fantastic work. Even Guardian picking up a kill at the end. He's got the scout as well there. It's 3-0 here for the NAVI team. And I mean, right now, we're gonna have to see something out of question mark here. They need to show themselves early in this match, I think.
Yeah, that's gonna be it, right? I mean, a couple of them did not get Kevlar, which is something that, you know, TQM, they used to be the team that actually prioritized nades in the first buy round over going for the risky second round buy. They were one of the first to do it, to try and be able to exactly afford an AWP. So you go for like a kind of quasi buy in the second round, but then you still have your opper prioritizing the sniper rifle for the first big round here. So we see question mark that they have decent enough gear, but the utility is so light. That's the issue. Like, they could get the firepower on Device, but then they don't really have many nades to play off of. So this could lead to be an issue here. Considering NAVI are such a slow-paced team, they're going to do NAVI are going to do the best they can to just draw out what little nades question mark have before they make their play.
But look at the slightly insane setup the question mark are running here with only Device, with no armor and an AWP and B bomb site. And the closest person to him right now is down in CT spawn. If they went for a B split push right now, Device would be gone. I mean, even if he lands like 2 kills, they probably still lose the round because the bomb goes down. They're in a 3 versus 4, and that's fine if you're NAVI. So right now, the Danes should probably consider themselves a bit lucky that it's shaping up to being an A push instead, with that Molotov going in and karrigan opening up with a 1 with a 2. flamie and Edward are going to be gone, and now they're playing 5 versus 3, and this is good.
Yeah, they walked right into the trap. Double cross. I mean, the crossfire over on long pit certainly helped dupreeh. They're going to line up. He at least trades 1 for 1. That's good enough. Guardian with the scout. He will get the kill in the end with the P250. 2-on-3 situation here. cajunb so close to the site. And yeah, well, yeah, it's just going to fall apart completely. Device picks off the 1 man. And then the man at long for TQM manages to close it out. So the Danes, they survive in the end. And in large part due to karrigan controlling long so effectively. They're crouching behind the blue container. You don't see that every day. You don't see that very often. So it looks like NAVI, they actually got caught off guard a little bit.
I think the massive stack that was going on there, that's a really big read coming out of karrigan. I mean, he was being criticized a little bit on the panel, and I think even rightly so. He was actually a little bit invisible in some of these games, right? But that's a big call, and that really helps them out. And once again, They have a bit of a stack over at long 3 people, and karrigan opening up with a shot on flamie.
Yeah, this smells of like homework here, man. karrigan with the HE nade. He's still alive. Gets into pit. He's only got the 20 HP, but that's just fine because he's got his 2 teammates here to make sure that he gets out of this in one piece. And he will not. Well, yeah, he will. Ah! Hard to tell who actually died, but this is all over the place, man.
Well, Guardian is the only one left here. I think karrigan just barely managed to live down in that pit. 20 health on him and a double kill. One of them looked like he was just sort of panic throwing that grenade at the end there. But Guardian, unless they make some big mistakes, he shouldn't be able to fight his way back into this round. If they keep fighting him and peeking him, then Guardian can do pretty much anything at this point. So we'll see. dupreeh inside here. There's so much time left still on that clock. Just past the minute mark. And dupreeh inside with the AK. If Guardian misses a shot here, then should be over.
This is almost going to be on luck for dupreeh. Does he check window? Does he have any idea? No, he's actually playing it safe. He's focusing on Upper Dark right now, and Guardian is going to be able to get out onto the site, but the drop down, dupreeh knows. Easy shot for him. The steps that Guardian makes there, dupreeh comes right back around, manages to catch him out, and dupreeh, he realized it was too awkward if he was holding up on plateau. There were 2 angles he had to worry about, and then it would just be like dumb luck which one, he ends up getting shot from if Guardian comes through. So he decides to focus on the one entrance. If Guardian comes through the smoke, fine, dupreeh's ready. Otherwise, it's all going to be down to sound.
So a good bounce back into the game here. And that leaves it at 2-3. Still obviously very early days here. And I feel like neither team has been particularly tested at the moment. NAVI seem to favor trying to take these fights along. And if it's not working out for them with rifles, I mean, the most obvious sort of secondary choice there is going to have to be the B-split, right?
Yeah,
and I would say, especially against Question Mark, go for it. I think Question Mark's one of the worst dust2 teams at actually holding B, in spite of the fact that they're one of the best dust2 teams. I really hate their B setup, so yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, but it seems like NAVI, at least it seems like Question Mark, because both of the players talked about doing homework before, right? Getting prepared for the match, trying to do some research on how the teams are holding on which maps, etc., on how their opponents are holding, right? And it seems to me like Question Mark, they got the better of NAVI as far as like, okay, in the mind game going into it, like where are NAVI going to take the first couple of fights in these crucial rounds? Question Mark having 4 over on the A site, that says okay, they had a good idea, or at least like the odds were that NAVI were going to go towards A. Now they go back to more of a catch-all situation, right? Now they realize, okay, we've bopped NAVI on the nose twice in a row. They're going to have to change up their game. And so Question Mark go back to more of a default style of holding, which is designed to just kind of, catch NAVI where they come through.
Yeah, and the setup for defending a B split was just there with Sip being in CT spawn, but now he's back in the A bomb side, which means if NAVI legitimately split B here, then these 2 people in B are going to have to worry about 3 different entrances at once. That really can't be done. The only way you can do it then is to both focus on one entrance and fight there and just try and sort of escape the B bomb site, kind of like what Titan would used to do, or you just hope you get a bunch of kills in the middle and make that work. And if Device is going to pick up a lot of kills here in middle through the doorway, it can still work, but if he only gets 1 and gets traded, the round is probably over before it even gets done, and this happens so often to Question Mark that it's infuriating almost. We do have Sip back in CT spawn, and Device with a big kill there, but he goes down, and that is some trouble. But the rest of NAVI are actually throwing them for a bit of a fake here and running up to the A-bomb side instead. cajunb, he gets the first shot in, looking for a bit more. There's Zeus, he's going to go for the plant, but this is a 2-on-4, and great job right now for the CT side.
Yeah, this is a huge advantage for Question Mark. Much easier to retake the A site so long as you land the shots when it comes to it. karrigan gets picked off. Zeus is down to 27 HP, though, and he's going to challenge cajunb. That's going to cost him, but then flamie! 2 huge headshots. He completely turns it around. Question Mark, they're not allowed to lose this round in a 2-on-4 situation. flamie, this would be a huge godlike play if he got it right. And he's actually going to stick it. cajunb, is he going to have the time? No, he just barely gets the defuse. flamie, he nearly does it, Anders. He came so close to clutching it for NAVI, but he's not going to get it in the end. He thought the mind games were there, but what's that old saying? It's been carved on, marble walls for a long time. Pros don't fake.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna go that way. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I was thinking he assumed that he wasn't already on the bomb when he walked out there. An assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups, so
boom.
Can't go there, man. Look, this is turning into a bit of a strange situation, but now with the bomb plant, they're still able to buy it. It's not the most impressive buy. You got to give credit to flamie. Those weren't just some decent headshots. That was a very composed play, no panic at all to sort of sense in his movement. He pretty much had that on lockdown. He just couldn't sort of see the gun barrel, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think he heard the defuse, so
it wasn't full planted for him. Actually, Zeus decided to plant safe, and you know that's not going to work. And if you have control of catwalk, you need to get an open cat plant. So
yeah.
he kind of got bit, you know, unfortunately for flamie. But that's got to be good for Navi though. They got to be feeling a little bit better. I like the double push coming in here for upper dark. This is going to give question mark so much information. Look at this. They're going to be pushing right up behind Navi. If Navi go for an A play, if they go up catwalk, question mark are going to be right on their heels.
And showing us so many different variations of what a defense can look like on dust2. That's very refreshing as well. I love seeing it. Even Device running all the way into terrorist spawn right now. If they wait another 10 seconds, this round is probably going to be done before it even gets started. And now we don't even know it yet, but they are getting flanked. On the other side, karrigan is waiting here, and they've got 2 other people on the A-bomb site. This is not a good situation.
Get on Device!
Oh, Device, actually, dupreeh's going down. That's in lower dark, and now Device... Is he going to be able to catch them? I think Navi have realized that they might have been compromised here. Edward goes for the peak. Device going to win the fight, but he's down to 12 health. And Navi, they might have been able to bring it back. Guardian, he's on that flank, but the timing could not be worse. He almost dies to that. Still, the bomb is in B, and they might actually win this round.
What is going on, Anders? I do believe Seas is actually watching window, so there shouldn't be a risk. Yeah, Xyp9x can't actually commit through. He spots out Seas, but that bomb is going to get planted, and now he knows there's at least 2 players on this B site, and somehow dupreeh deciding to push has cost question mark around here. A very important one as well.
When they get that kill on Zeus, they're playing with a man up, and there's so much time on this bomb still. I think they might be forgetting about the new timer. flamie with a 1 with a 2, and that obviously seals the deal. Xyp going to go down last, and karrigan and Device just try and save there. Wow, that was a big giveaway there from question mark. As soon as dupreeh dies in lower dark, Navi instantly think, wait a minute, if there's someone there, that could be somewhere else, and the whole game is up.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much has happened in this one round just by looking at like how the teams have played it. It takes a lot of, I guess, courage, if you want to put it that way, right? It takes a lot of courage to go out for that push, especially when you know it's a huge round, that if you win it decisively, you're good. That could actually influence teams to just play default, play safe, right? Play, don't take any risks. But the fact that question mark are willing to go ahead, take a risk, push an upper dark, get that info, and then play off of that, that's great. The only issue is that once it went against them, they just start thinking, okay, we have to run away. And this isn't that like courageous CS where it's like, okay, we're going to go ahead and take the fight. They just immediately think, okay, go hide the guns because we don't have any money, so save the guns for the next round, right?
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Right, because flamie's coming. I mean, flamie, dude, he's hitting headshots right now. That's got to be that's got to be fantastic for Navi. Like the analysts are saying, I mean, he's so important to the team.
It's a real joy to watch because of how calm and cool he is. You know, kids only, what, like 18 now? Yeah. Playing on a huge stage with like, you know, close to 15,000 people in it, and yeah, it's definitely, it must be a bit scary. And even with the home crowd, you know they're going to get disappointed if you don't perform. So I definitely think there must be some pressure on him as well. But he doesn't seem to be affected by it, and that's rare. That's very rare.
No, he's a natural born killer, man. He's got that instinct. It's crazy how quickly he's developed. Well, now, I mean, question mark, we can all see it, obviously. karrigan has got an op, so he's managed to save that, along with an M4 on Device, but then the rest of them pretty much hard ecoing here. And this is just due to the fact that all of these rounds that Navi have, well, lost have been very close for question mark. It's just one guy surviving, 2 guys surviving, so they just can't build any money.
It kills me that dupreeh doesn't have a flashbang right now because, well, Device goes down anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but headshot through the box, I think it was, almost, and dupreeh will fall as well. But the fact is, if they had pushed him to be like that, Device can't do much more than to get a kill before he goes down. If he gets a kill, though, and dupreeh turns around and helps to flash him, that's it. They can pick up another 2 kills. They can win the whole round because of that. And I mean, he doesn't have a lot of money, but somebody else could have picked up that flashbang, and it would have been worth it, I think.
It would have been, yeah. Might as well invest the 500. You're in a double eco situation, anyways. I mean, even if they hold on to the gun here, even if they manage to hold on to the AWP, there isn't a whole lot that the question mark can do. It's most likely going to be a quasi-buy up in the next round. So yeah, that could have been a real option. You're right, Anders.
Well, you got to hope that they won't be buying too early. I mean, even if this is going to put Navi at like 6-3, which is admittedly a good score, I wouldn't say it's panic time just yet. You know, just call it out. Maybe go for that double up even. They've certainly got the capacity for it, right? So I'd rather see them go, eco a bit more here. dupreeh going for a deagle. Just a single flashbang on karrigan. Good. Smoke, HC grenades, don't care much for those. I'm all about the flashbangs.
Yeah, you are. This is where it gets interesting, though, because now Navi have shown that they're willing to go to the B site. Even if it wasn't for a buy round on question mark side, now they're question mark again. They're going to have to play honest instead of just trying to stack up on A, go for the hard counters there. They have to play a bit more of an open game here. So Navi can now exploit that, especially considering, they still have this anti-eco situation here, Navi, which just means they should be making a whole lot more money. And speaking of which, Guardian takes out karrigan. Device going to try and come back into it, take a shot, but he's going to get fended off, and now it gets real tricky here for question mark. They still have the op, but they're down the man with Kevlar, and I'm not sure if he used his flash or not, but it doesn't look like Device was able to pick it up, so I'm supposing he did.
Well, they're pushing A, and that's actually good news for question mark, because if they push B, I think this AWP would just be gone. I don't think they would sort of successfully defend it with just the one AWP here. So this gives them a chance, I think, to save the rifle another round, which I think is really important. They need to do that much. Sip goes down, cajun to follow. Nobody dying on Navi. Good for their economic situation. Device with the AWP. Everybody dead on the Danish side, and that's going to make it 6-3. Now, I'm curious. Are we going to see that double up finally?
Back-to-back, yeah, we should. We definitely should. It should be Device, karrigan, cajun. I mean, it's usually cajun getting the priority on the AWP because he holds at cars on a site, which is basically like the op spot if you're not at mid doors with it on this map. But Navi now, that's 2 rounds in a row that they've survived with 5 players. This is also weighing on question mark. The fact that they aren't going to get an eco round out of Navi anytime soon. So it's going to have to be the tough job here for him. But there it is, double op.
Yeah, and karrigan switching out of the AWP role,
which is fine.
Yeah, maybe not feeling it quite. Which, I mean, it's good if you sense that to make an adjustment quick, right?
Well, it's usually on dust2, cajun is their op man. He holds at cars. He's the one who holds that line. It's the usual spot. Guardian loves to use it for Navi as well. I'm sure we'll see him go there as well in the next half. But this again, they're going for what worked earlier. Device alone on the B site, and then gambling on a identical setup as well, in fact, because karrigan is crouching behind the blue container right now over in front of Longhouse, and he'll have, I mean, no, that's not karrigan, that's actually, karrigan's in pit.
This is looking like the right setup here. I mean, they've got 4 people on stairwell. It's a godlike grenade landing right in the face of Guardian. It must have been down to 46, but the man on long makes me think this is actually going to be an A push, unless Edward starts falling back. I don't think they're going to try and fake it out here. They've got all the grenades, and they can essentially create a wall of smoke to sort of get the bomb down behind. That's perfectly possible on this A-bomb side as well. Makes it very hard for cajun to op on the other side. There's one down towards CT spawn. 35 seconds left. Navi gonna go for it, and it's Edward opening up, taking down Sip, and look how low cajun is. 1 bullet, 1 grenade, and he's out of here. Molotov works as well, but cajun, he takes down Zeus, who was very close. flamie moving up close. He's missing the spray, and hiding in Goose. It's gonna be dupreeh helping up, but they both drop cajun to fall as well. And now it's a 1 versus 3. Device couldn't get there in time. And Navi executing into essentially a 4-man stack in that A-bomb site and still winning.
And question mark, I'm not sure why Zipnix decided to back off so quickly over at long. That opened it up for Edward, who was sitting in Longhouse. And it all just kind of falls apart from there. Yes, they still have control with karrigan down in the pit, but then that puts the pressure on. And it puts all of the pressure basically on the 2 guys holding on the site. Edward will find Device, so no op save here for question mark. We're going to go into another quasi-buy for them if they want. But, yeah, it's just not really panning out here for question mark. They're looking a little shaky, a little nervous to me still, Anders. Because you got to stick to the plan. You got to stick to the plan when it comes to execute time. You start seeing those nades come through. Zipnix shouldn't be moving. They should just be like, okay, well, the issue here is probably just they saw so many smokes. They're thinking, okay, they aren't going to have many people over here at long. But you want to kill that long guy just to keep control of it.
Yeah.
After that, Edward is just a nuisance.
Well, it's a nice setup there. Grenade followed by a little bit of deagle action, and that's going to get them the kill. Sees, though, with a swift reply once. Oh, he's tagged as well. As Zipnix with the P250 in CT spawn ends up dropping him. So this is a slightly more expensive round for Navi. They do lose 2 players finally. cajun not going to be able to do it. So 8-3 right now. This is very impressive. It's what, 5 rounds in a row for Navi after the initial 3? Definitely not bad.
No. This is shaping up really nicely, but this is again like the next round is really where it's gonna be the make or break moment. 8 rounds is still acceptable for question mark on the CT side. Like if they can take the next 4, bring it up to 8-7, that's a fine half for them. But
yeah,
if they let Navi get up to like 9-6, 10-5, it's gonna get real grim. And again, if they lose this, well, that's not going to be the case, though. Device is going to start off strong by removing Guardian, at least. But, yeah, if they lose this round and go back to pistols, they are going to be in a very deep hole. So a little bit of pressure here set up on the Danes again.
I have no idea why flamie threw that grenade in there. That does not seem like a logical choice to me, but...
What, catch Device? He always plays back plateau behind the box.
Yeah, but you wouldn't
like one of those spots.
You wouldn't really do any damage with that grenade, would you, ever?
I guess, yeah.
Like 10 at most. Save it for the afterplan, in my opinion.
You would think. curious, though. I mean, right now, again, NAVI are just going to be sitting. Seized is a perfectly competent offer, so if they decide to go for the peak question mark, they're going to be at risk. But question mark, now they're changing it up. Look at this aggressive hold on catwalk. They want to catch NAVI coming up here. There's the peak. That's not good. Xyp9x need to trade 1-for-1 there. Flash comes out from karrigan, though. This is his time to shine. He spots the man getting behind the blue container. Another little pop flash. That catches out flamie, but he can't get in position to take the shot. And now he's at a huge disadvantage. They're going to be coming right around on top of him. Do they spot him behind the flames? Yes, they do. karrigan at least trades 1-for-1. But it's still a managed advantage here for NAVI going onto this A site.
Some really bad timing coming in here from the Danish side. That's very disappointing, obviously. They make the cross happen. Device there to shut down Zeus, so that's a huge kill. 18 seconds left. The bomb is about to go down as well, but it's a 2-1-2. It's a retake, and they do have a kit on either player. They could definitely do this, but they need a kill, and they need to get in here fast with a plan. Device, he's smoked off. He tries to walk through. He does a bit of damage. He's picked up a rifle instead. C's going to get the shot, and now dupreeh in a 1-on-2. He takes a headshot once and a second as well, and that's going to be C's going down, and question mark picking up a big round for themselves here. It's close. It was tight. And that defense over a catwalk, I mean, as soon as cajunb gets the shot, it looks like there's a sort of a noticeable delay between that and Xyp9x saying, oh, wait a minute, is there action happening? I guess I'll try.
I hope we get the replay of that. We're going to get dupreeh instead. So nicely done, though, by dupreeh. I mean, seriously. That's not, neither of those are easy shots to hit. You've basically just got the head. You know, you can't just go for the full body spray. You've got to just get that tap on there, that burst. So 6 shot from him, but yeah, you're right, Anders. I mean, Xyp9x, if he'd have just got that kill on catwalk, it would have been a totally different picture. They would have controlled that area, and then question mark could play off of that very quickly when the push comes in at long. Especially
because if he gets the first kill, then cajunb can stay in place and actually go back and help him more. So it doesn't just have to be a 1-for-1 and Xyp9x dies and they're not any sort of better off, right? It can actually, it means cajunb can stick around. So I don't know. That looked a bit mistimed. Oh, shot through on cajunb actually. And he's got to be very careful. Seized did take a lot in return, but you don't want to lose your only AWP in middle there. Not without getting anything back at least.
Yeah, look at Device, though. He hasn't held this close to the doors. Now he's going to decide to back off once we get to that minute mark. Needs to be just managing his flash nades at this point. And that's exactly what they're thinking here, question mark. You know, an additional 10 seconds in the round is huge. And so all the smokes are already going out. And guess what? 55 seconds left, Anders. I mean, that's a lifetime where NAVI are concerned when they're used to just executing with 20 seconds left on the clock. There isn't going to be anything here for question mark to stop them apart from these 5 flashes. So they're worth their weight in gold pretty much at this point. Look at that, though, question mark. They realize they need to get some info. They don't really know what's going on. They decide to push through upper dark again, and this time it's dupreeh going into T-spawn. Device just hanging back on that side as security.
What are the chances this timing is going to be good? He could end up being there by the time the whole of the A-bomb side is gone. They need a really solid setup, and they need karrigan to survive. dupreeh slowing down as well, and that might just be what kills this for question mark. There's karrigan gone, and now up on the slope, Edward going to take out the second player as well. On goes, it's a third to go down. Zeus with the kill, and dupreeh, it's exactly like that. He shows up when it's just a second too late. He's going to get the kill here, but all of his team is gone. It's just a 2-1-4 right now. He does get a second kill, but now Device has a 1-on-3 in his hands. If dupreeh is in that position 10 seconds earlier, that's it. They probably win the round.
Yep. Gotta wonder what was the case there. The call, was there some confusion going on question mark side, miscommunication for him to hesitate like that in T-spawn?
The reason is karrigan at that point hasn't seen anyone long.
Yeah.
So dupreeh's wondering, like, they could be pushing long or they could be falling back at that very point in time. What really confuses me is at this point in time, karrigan, he puts a flashbang in. Why doesn't he just flash straight up? All he has to do is survive. He just needs to buy time and not fight anyone, or even go all the way back in pit. Like, every second he buys is a little bit closer for dupreeh to get there. Now they're back to pistols. dupreeh close here with a P250 in hand, and he's going to get the first shot in on Edward. Can we get a little more of that? Because they need it. It's the 14th round, and they're very far behind right now on the Danish side. dupreeh is going to go down, and Device, he's not far off the flames. Flamie going to be following him, and it's karrigan and cajunb left.
So cruel, and it's so cruel. C's just like, let him burn. Some Saving Private Ryan stuff right there. Dark. And well, there we go. Easy anti-eco here for NAVI. One thing to note is actually that NAVI they're only really going to B site when it's an anti-eco situation, when they know there's pistols to deal with.
Yeah. I want to criticize it, but at the same time, they're up 10-4, so you can't really put too much criticism into a game like this. Here it's the 15th round, the first half of the first map. Still, it's a best of 3, but you've got to give it to NAVI right now. They are playing their hearts out. And they've got all the sniper rifles in the middle, and for all of that investment, Semler, they're buying a Oh, what? Cease! He's gonna get the kill on device! What a way to start the last round of the half.
Painful, man. So frustrating for Question Mark. And it looks like cajunb wants to come over here, see if he can't pick up that AWP. dupreeh has it right now, so yeah, look at him. He's like, where did the op go? Did dupreeh not tell him he picked it up?
No, he's got a scout right now.
Yeah.
Did device have a scout?
So is cajunb telling dupreeh, hey, bro, you know, that op, that sniper rifle, you mind hooking it up? No, okay, he's going to go up and get dupreeh's rifle.
All right.
Well, yeah.
I'm caught up now.
I'm surprised that there's so much, you know, it seems like just mistakes in communication right now going on here on the Question Mark side.
I agree. Definitely some missed timings, and also just some of the calls. They don't seem to really follow through on them. You know, it seems like that everyone is also always hesitating just a little bit. And I mean, if you put a sort of a 2-second delay into every execute here, then in Counter-Strike terms, that's it. You're done. You've got to move faster than that. Nobody at the A-bomb site. We're talking a full 4 versus 5 retake here with very limited equipment. This is almost an impossible task at this point here. It'll be very impressive if they can make this work.
Especially if they stack 3 guys on catwalk like this. NAVI they've got a perfect position here to actually hold off. The bomb is planted correctly this time. A little bit of a wake-up nade going down into CT. Zeus is going to be the first man here. Spots the jump. He just trade. That's Guardian and Edward coming into the fray. Edward backing off as well now, so they know there's an extra man over here on catwalk. Now where's the last one? Well, he's dead. It doesn't matter. Guardian gets the job done. And Edward with the final kill of the half. 11-4 at the end of the half, Anders. Just a brutal scoreline. And Question Mark, they're looking very shaky. Surprisingly so, considering the strong. I mean, they were able to actually have a pretty strong start on this map as well. As soon as it went south, though, NAVI, man, they just slam them.
The crowd is absolutely loving it, and for good reason as well. I mean, 11-4, that's just it's too much to handle, I feel like. They had 3 rounds in a row initially. As soon as they started buying, they got those 3 rounds, and things were looking a little bit better. You start thinking, maybe, all right, maybe they got this. And then now he's just come back in style. And now we're going to see if they can do it with the Glocks here. They've got armor on 3, and they've got 2 smokes and a Molotov. That tells you immediately that they've got something special planned for this round.
Molotov for the site. Well, we got the smoke going down to block off the headshot box, but C's pushed under it. He's getting all the info. He sees nobody in lower dark. He actually might be able to put a shot through. Guardian instead using the smoke to his advantage. Just taking a couple of peek shots in there. C's will take out dupreeh, and then they can just fall back at ease, NAVI. They've got everything going their way.
Look at this Edward going on the offensive, trying to get the shot. He lands a headshot. He's still alive. How is it possible? He's only down to half health. Device now going to be alone, and they're just charging him. It is a triple headshot from the pistol master himself. And NAVI, 12 rounds. This seems like it's going to be a very fast first map.
Yeah, I'm looking for something to say there apart from it's just the fact that, I mean, they did everything right. You know, they still did everything right. They went in as a unit, Question Mark. You know, they had the flash, and then they went in behind that. Edward was full flash. It's just that he turns around and then just, like, proceeds to wreck them. He actually goes and hunts them down.
Here's the weird problem, right? That smoke that lands on the headshot box is put up specifically to be able to run catwalk without being seen from middle.
Yep.
A lot of that goes away when there's a guy holding on to the smoke who can hear you, and you even know he's there because you just shot at your teammate in lower dark. So now, again, that hesitation comes in, and you see them sort of running forward, then one guy does to Edward, then they all fall back, and they're just sort of standing in the middle. Yeah. What even is that? Somebody has to make the call, bring out the whip, and get the whole team going. They can't just be sort of, you know, all playing a bit hesitant here.
Wondering, questioning, right? You know, their plays. No, this is definitely looking like NAVI have got control of the situation. They have all the confidence right now, and they are just crushing Question Mark. Although, as I said, that cajunb does find a headshot on Zeus. Doesn't really matter when Zeus didn't have too much to lose in the end. So, SMG, couple of rifles, and of course, NAVI just looking like they're going to steamroll right on through here. Question Mark, can they come up with anything? They didn't get a plant in the last round, no plant this round, so it's going to be another round of eco here, unless they decide to really go for the Hail Mary, which could be a worthwhile risk. You don't want NAVI getting up to 14 rounds. You do want to have just a little bit of a margin for error. But, yeah, Question Mark, straight Glock. And we might just see the straight YOLO rush here, actually. No, they're going to wrap back out into mid. Okay, so nothing too crazy here out of them.
I mean, I'm going to keep an eye on this hesitation here. They're out the middle, and they go very quickly in. That's what I want to see now. Into the B-bomb site. No reason to wait around at all in mid. And pushing into upper dark instead is going to be flamie. Sip goes down. Device taking a bit of a fight here. cajunb's very nearly dead. Nice grenade, but it doesn't really matter. And, you know, they get the opening in window, and yet 4 people, more or less, stick around middle, right?
A, they were spread out, and B, flamie makes the correct call. Like, perfect play from flamie's point of view, right? He loses his mate in mid, or loses his mate in window. He's like, okay, well, there's going to be a few of them coming out mid. There can only be like 1 or 2 up here in upper dark if my teammate just spotted 3 mid. So he makes the correct call, gets in there, confirms that nobody's there, and then it's just, again, a question mark. As soon as something goes wrong, they are hesitating just a little bit. Now they're taking the no-fear approach, though, straight out onto long. Look at that, behind the flashes, and they successfully get control of it. So now NAVI, they have to worry about this. The fact that question mark now actually have some good map control.
Well, seized in the middle, taking down dupreeh and lower. There's a double up setup here. They're trying to push out. cajunb in the corner. They both go down. Edward and Zeus taking care of business. Man, this map is done. The Danes, they've got no answer right now for the crowd favorites in NAVI here. It's karrigan and Sipnix left. It's a 2 versus 5.
And, well, it's just going to take some god-tier plays here. karrigan, can you deliver? Oh, no, this HE. Boom. Oh, my God. Brutal. And, well, flamie not to be denied. He gets his 2 kills in the end, and we're up on map point already, Anders. Like, one of the quickest maps we've had all tournament here so far. Just one-sided bloodbath.
Without a doubt, not what we were expecting at all. 3 AWPs being picked up from NAVI. A question mark. Yeah, the other problem you've got to consider is when you play a map this quick where you have little to no influence over what happens, you don't even really get to warm up for the next map. So you could be sort of going even lukewarm into the next one, sees to pick up device here, and I don't know. I want to see Sonic just yell at these guys in the break. Just tell them to snap out of it.
Yell at them now.
Yeah, well.
Yell at, I mean.
Do it from almost from
yell
round
at
one.
him 10 rounds ago. But I'm not really seeing it. Sonic isn't making use of his PC either. The coaches do have a PC if they want it. I do believe. At least they had one during the group stage, but I don't really see a whole lot of talking going on.
I mean, man,
peekaboo.
Got him with a nice jump up. Second one, 16-14. First map is done, and NAVI, they just cruise right through. I have no idea.
It's crazy, dude. They just go chart like the fans. Look at that.
Yeah, they love it, don't they?
This host.
Look, I mean, I'm not advocating that